Greetings of the day to everyone. I am Miss Himanshi, and today we'll be studying the topic digestion in human beings. By the end of this lesson, the students will be able to understand that what is digestion, why digestion is important for us, how the different organs and glands are involved in human digestive system, and they will also learn about the terms like peristalsis and digestion. So, the very first question that arises in our mind is that what is digestion? The process where we eat the food and that food is converted into microparticles so that the nutrients present in that food can be used by our body to produce energy. This complete process is called digestion. So, in a nutshell, we can say that a digestive system breaks down the food that we eat and gives us energy. It begins with the mouth and ends with the anus. Now, there is a reason why we call it as a system. The reason we call it as a system is because it is formed of various organs which are working in coordination to complete one task, that is digestion. Now, why is digestion important for us? It is very much clear from the definition itself that it breaks down the food that we eat, gives nutrients for energy, absorbs various vitamins and minerals present in that food, and keeps our body healthy and strong. Now, as the picture itself shows, that the digestive organs and the glands present in our body are first is the mouth. We eat the food from the mouth. Now, the mouth contains teeth and tongue. We have four different type of teeth: incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Now, this food is passed on to esophagus, or you can call it as a food pipe. The esophagus opens up into the stomach. The stomach has two glands near it. One is the liver and the another is pancreas. Below the liver is present the gallbladder. Now, the food from the stomach enters the small intestine, which later goes into the large intestine. Now, the name says small intestine, but in reality, the small intestine is much more bigger than the large intestine. Moving back to the topic, that from the food from the large intestine then goes to the anus. Now, let's dive into the topic that how actually digestion happens. So, the digestion starts from the mouth. Now, if we consider digestion as a 100% process, so the 30% process itself is done in the mouth. The teeth chew the food and grind it and convert it into very small and fine pieces. Now, the tongue mixes those tiny pieces with the saliva so that they can form a round structure which is known as bolus. Now, what happened is the thing which we need to remember, that tongue mixes the food with the help of saliva, but tongue itself never produces the saliva. The saliva is produced into the salivary glands present in the body. So, what is saliva? Saliva is basically a watery liquid produced by the salivary gland. It contains water and some enzymes in it. It mixes with the food, makes it soft so that it can be easily passed through in the esophagus. Now, as I said, 30% digestion is done here. The 30% digestion which is done here is of carbohydrates, which are converted into starch here. Now, from the mouth, the food goes into the esophagus or the food pipe. One thing which we need to remember here is that no digestion, absolutely no digestion occurs in the food pipe. It is only a pathway so that the food can go from the mouth to the stomach. Okay. Now, the muscles of the food pipe very slowly pushes the food down into the stomach with a movement known as peristalsis. After reaching in stomach, the food is churned. Now, what is churning? Churning is a circular movement produced by the stomach so that the food can be converted into more finer pieces. Uh, Imagine something being grinded into a mixer. So the way it grinds it in a circular motion, the same thing happens in your stomach also. Churning is done in that way. And during churning, when the food is churned into the stomach, it is mixed with several digestive juices which contain acids and enzymes in it. The most important component that is digested in the stomach is proteins. Now, still not the 100% food is digested in stomach. The some of part of the food is still undigested and it is passed into the smaller intestine. Now, this is the longest and most important part of digestion that occurs here. Here, the digestive juices from the pancreas and the liver help in completing the digestion. Now, please listen that pancreas and livers are not digestive organs. They are digestive glands and they produce juices. The pancreas produce pancreatic juice and the liver produce bile. Now, these two juices goes into the small intestine and help in further digestion of the food. The carbohydrates are converted into the simplest form sugars. The proteins are digested into their simplest form amino acids, and fats are further digested into fatty acids. Now, when the complete food is digested, it is converted into a liquid form. Now, this liquid form, which contains abundant of nutrients in it, is sent into your blood. But how is it sent into your blood? The small intestine contains finger-like projections on it, which are known as villi. Now, these villi contains a lot and lot of blood vessels in it, and the liquid food, the liquid digested food present in the small intestine enters into these villi, and from these villi enter into your blood vessels and get mixed into your blood. That's how all the nutrients are mixed into the blood. Now, the undigested food present in the small intestine is passed into the large intestine. Now, what does large intestine do? The undigested food still contains some water in it, which is very important for our body. So, now the large intestine absorbs the water present in that undigested food and send it back into the blood so that it can be used by our body later on. Now, whatever is present is absolutely waste uh, present in your body, and now this waste is sent into the anus. Now, this undigested food is a solid waste called as feces, and is removed from the body through the anus. Now, this process, when the undigested food is thrown out of your body through anus, this process is called egestion. I hope this topic is clear to everyone. Thank you and have a nice day.